Aloha, this is Tim. I'm here for a product review of the GoPro wrist strap. So the GoPro wrist strap is this $40 housing that GoPro sells that allows you to, as the name sounds, attach the GoPro to your wrist. Now, what I love about this housing in particular is you get some cool camera angles because it's on your wrist. Most camera angles, if you're attaching it to your body, you're not going to get much of you in the shot. If it's attached to your chest, you'll get what's in front of you, maybe your hands, maybe your feet. If you attach it to your head, you'll get hardly anything of you unless you just stare at your feet or stomach or something. And pretty much the wrist is one of the few places you actually get your face into the shot. So if you're looking for a camera angle where you're actually in it, the wrist housing is one of the few ways to go if you want to be hands-free. Other than that, you're going to have to go with some sort of pull solution where you're actually holding the GoPro, where you're actually having your hands utilized with the camera, which for many people may not be a good thing, especially if you're doing something really active where you need all your hands to do what you're doing. So that's the one thing I really love about the wrist strap. The next thing about the wrist strap that I just wanted to mention here is a lot of people seem to have problems with it flopping out of its housing here. So I just took it out, and a lot of people have this issue where as you're swimming, as you're working with the camera, it will just come out like this when you didn't really do anything at all. So I have found a solution for this. It's a very simple solution, and it's not some sort of rubber band or Velcro solution like others have suggested to do. The solution I found is to simply not use the GoPro standalone. What I mean by that is interchange it with one of the backpacks. The battery backpack would be your best option since, first off, it gives you extra battery life, and secondly, it's going to be the thickest backpack out there. It's a little bit thicker than the Wi-Fi backpack, a little bit thicker than the LCD backpack, and what that gives you is less wiggle room for the GoPro. With the way this is set up, there's this little rubber ring here, and the thinner the GoPro is, the more wiggle room that has, and the easier it is for the GoPro to become undone. So adding the battery backpack and changing out this case to the battery one gives you the perfect solution for how do you get the wrist strap from not coming undone. So that's the solution to do that, is to simply change it out with the battery backpack. It's an extra $50 for the battery, but you get twice as much battery life, and that's one way to go. Or when the Wi-Fi backpack comes out, that's going to be another way to go as well. The LCD is kind of useless when it's underneath your wrist. So that's the solution there. So that was problem one that got solved. And problem two, I thought, was you actually couldn't use these bigger backpacks, which was not the case. I easily switched it out for the battery backpack, and that was a cool thing that I was able to do. So the only negative was the flopping out, and that's now solved. So if you want to get the wrist housing, it is a $40 enclosure that is available at GoPro.com. You can find it on Amazon, some other places as well. So that's it for the wrist housing. It's a very simple unit and very helpful unit if you want to be hands-free while getting some cool camera angles of yourself. So stay tuned for future videos about GoPro accessories. Aloha.